Hey North Central, how are you doing today? I'm here to talk about TEMPUR-Pedic, and I think the best place to start is where we start every single day, right in our CBC. We know together that this is the best place to start because it saves our customer time, it also ensures their success, and best of all, it allows us to put our best foot forward. So what I want to talk about today is a few different tools I think we can really use that will help us kind of assume the sale a little bit more. Get our guests involved without being overly aggressive. One of the ways we can do that is, have you ever heard this analogy before? When someone sticks out their hand, right? What do you want to do? You want to go in and shake it. It applies that slight subtle pressure that makes it awkward if you don't. We can do the same thing with TEMPUR-Pedic. Once we cover our traditional mattresses, we go into state-of-the-art product here. So a really easy way to do this is to go ahead and lay out special pillow form, preferably a TEMPUR-Pedic. You're going to go ahead and put out a pillow shield on top, tap it, instruct them to place their feet up here. Just like laying out your hand to imply that you want a handshake, this is a simple, easy, subtle pressure you can apply to your guests to where they can't say no. One other subtle thing we can do is what we learned in ground school, the old follow me trick. Go ahead and move your hand to drag them over to the TEMPUR-Pedic section. That way you get them right where you want them. Follow me. So one thing I want to go over is I'm giving you a ton of different tips that you can use on your own. I don't want this to be a robotic pitch. I just want to give you as many tools as you can use in your presentation. It should be pretty good. So now we got them right where we want them. We know that the longer we keep someone in a mattress, the higher our probability goes of closing. Also, a good way to do that is to ask a lot of good questions, specifically qualifying questions and follow-up questions to find the pain. Do you have any pain points? How severe is your pain? Do you have any pain points? If they don't have specific pain points, we can ask about their sleep quality. What really is pain? The more questions we ask, the more ammunition we have for our close. In all seriousness, one important side note is once we find out that they do have a pain point, we want to ask some follow-up questions about it. We never want to respond with great, because obviously we want to show empathy for what they're experiencing. This allows us to give some really good qualifying questions like, are they seeing a doctor for this pain? How severe on a scale of 1 to 10 is this pain they're experiencing? How does it affect their sleep? There's a lot we can find out here and use to get to that closing question at the end. So let's go ahead and say that you nailed that presentation, but somewhere in there they gave you an objection. So maybe it was the price or the comfort. What we want to do is give the guest the option to experience the rest of our lineup. Now what I mean by that is they selected a blue bed. So we want to allow the beds to speak for themselves. We don't want to put our preconceived notions on which one of the blues they may like. So what we want to do here is go ahead and show the beds by price, in price point order. We're going to move down one by one, allow their bodies, which are very unique as you and I know, their body is really unique, to experience how that feels to them. One of the most common objections we get on the floor is, I need to think about it. How we can address that is by limiting the choices that they have. A lot of people I see show them 10 different beds on the floor. If we keep it down to 2 choices and keep asking the question, which one did you like better? Whether they say yes or they say no, this gives us the option to close. Let's say they say no. That bed becomes our new anchor and we move down to the next bed in price point order. Don't put your preconceived notions on what they will like. Everyone's body is different. I want to close out by saying good luck on all your Tempur presentations. If you use these little simple tips, I know you'll close more Tempur.